So I'm adding to the conversation with scoutcrafter and gates. It's a very interesting and stress and bracing. So this gate, it's welded together. It's a steel gate, so you don't get sag on the gate. Although it's meant to be that way, but I've turned them upwards just to put two security doors in here. They're behind the roller shutter. They're inside. Hey, do you like my weight? This is what keeps the gate open when I back the car in. But we were on about bracing, weren't we? Well, Scoutcrafter was on about bracing. Do you remember my gallows? My gallows for my Clark's tent garage. The reason this is here is when you roll up the I wanted somewhere to hold that upwards. There was this Velcro, but by the time I'd put a copper tube in there and a piece of plastic on top of it, it made it a bit heavy. It did hold it just, but not good enough. So I had to make a gallows. So we're talking about bracing, and we're talking about triangles, equal and opposite pressure. So if you remember, if you look way back into my videos, I came one day and the whole damn thing had fallen that way, hadn't it? Because it wasn't braced. So I put a brace. Well, there's an imaginary X here. Remember, the front is up high and the back is down low on this side. But if you go over on this opposite side, the front is down low and the rear is up high. So there's an imaginary X brace within that framing. So now it's just for the sake of putting that bar in made all the difference. I put a bit of an adjustment in it. First of all, I put it and there was a lot of play, so I welded a nut end on there, and so it's a better fixing altogether. And then and then it was wobbly front to back then, wasn't it? And do you remember we made this bracing with my little adjustable little box that I made out of a bit of angle iron. I made the nuts so I had some adjustment. So I didn't know how it was going to fit, but I had enough adjustment in it. So there's that one. Again, these big steel gates, because they're all welded together, they're never going to sag. Do you know what I mean? Because they're made a different way. We're not talking about the same thing. So we've got one here. Now, how I've strengthened this is a door. And I didn't have two skins on it. I only had one skin, but this double skin, you see this corrugated has strengthened it no end, because it's got strength on the outside skin, strength on the inside skin. But it used to be, I found this, look, I used to brace it with a chain. This was connected up there, and this is how I tensioned it up. Yeah, but that's how that was. That was the old system. But when I put I put an inner skin on it, didn't I? So it had an outer skin when I built it, but now it's got an inner skin, so it's much stronger. It has one sheet, so this isn't going to sag. Obviously the post might move, but again I've bolted the post to the building. So, and what happens is the direction of pull moves on the post. So you might have a pretty strong post this way, but when you've opened the door, the post might want to sag that way. So that's why I've made a bracket out of whatever, and I've bolted it through the wall, and then again put a bit of adjustment. It's the same down here, look. The post is not only supported that way, but when the weight of the door opens away from it, it's supported by, and it's only a bolt through the wall and a bolt on the head, and weld that together to cause a fixture, you know. So that's part of the hinge system. Not the hinge, but that supports the post, because this post is, well, it was fairly flimsy, but now it's rock solid because it's secured to the brick building, because the brick building ends here and this is just an add-on piece. So this post was like freestanding. So this door doesn't sag and move anymore. So I thought I would just show you. We look at the other gates in the weekend. In the weekend, but yeah, very interesting. And I was going to explain why. Yeah, I didn't mind putting a hole through the timber because you got plenty of meat. But when it's just this shape on, drilling a hole through there was going to weaken the wood substantially. So all I did was, I'll show you better here. Put a bolt across here, jammed this, made my own hole, as you might say. Because what is a hole? It's just a trap, isn't it, to hold a bolt. So, and I've made this in such a manner that when I'm ready to take it down, it'll dismantle and then rebuild next winter. Really, I'm a bit late. I should take it down now, really. But it all bolts together. That's why it's wobbly. It's not a fixed joint, you know what I mean? Anything you make that'll unbolt, that's where it's going to wobble about, and that's where you need your bracing. So anyway, I hope I've explained myself a little bit. But yes, Scoutcrafter is right. Bracing and stopping things from moving is a very, very interesting subject.